Everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the Love and Light Show, where your special guest is Tatiana Amico, and I'm so excited to be talking to you guys about being whatever you want to be, because we truly can be whatever we want to be in this world. So I'm super excited to be talking about empowerment and confidence and going for whatever you want, because whatever is on your heart's desires, you can totally achieve in this world. So I'm super excited for today's episode, and definitely stick to the end, where we're going to do a visualization for becoming the woman or man that you want to be in this world, and really getting into that awesome energy so that you can bring it in and step into her or him and be that like highest version of yourself. And I'm Laura McPhee. I'm a joyful goddess, a speaker, healer, and life coach. And I love supporting women with all things self-love, self-care, and sexual empowerment so we can truly enjoy the most incredible lives that we want to on this earth and really be the change that we want to see in the world. And one of the ways that I'm super excited to be doing it right now is my From Broken to Bliss program. I did a free masterclass on Monday. And if you guys haven't registered for that, I'll put the links in the comments afterwards so you guys can get access to that. I literally went over like the blueprint and the roadmap that I went on my journey from feeling like, even though I had done tons of personal development and spiritual stuff, I was at like Tony Robbins UPW at the same one that Tatiana was in 2016, but we didn't actually meet there. But I was there and Tony's like, no one's broken. And I'm like super on board. It's our limiting beliefs and our stories and we can be super awesome. But I was like, I think that my vagina is broken because like as a woman, I wasn't orgasming. I wasn't getting wet enough. Like there was so many stories and shame and all this stuff going on in my head that I was just suffering through, and it was needless suffering. And when I've gone through that process and started sharing my story, so many other women started kind of showing up and telling me theirs and being like, yeah, like I have so much shame and guilt. And I've started doing in some like the history of what this stuff is, so that we can stop having these cultural norms that suppress women and prevent us from having the most amount of joy or pleasure or bliss that we want to have in our life. So I'm super excited. That masterclass is all about loving yourself and healing your past and loving your partner and getting to a really healthy place. There's tons of healing downloads in it. I'm a theta healer and love releasing those subconscious limiting beliefs. So there's all kinds of goodness in that free masterclass. I literally just want this message to be out in the world, and I'm like super called to just share it. So that's what I'm doing right now. And there's also a 3-month program coming up, which enrollment is now open for, and that'll start in 2 weeks from now on February 25th. So if that's calling your name and you're feeling like that's going to resonate with you and you really want to like dive deep into this and you don't want to like bit and piece things together, like in the masterclass, I talk about like book recommendations and programs that I've done. So like there's tons of things that you can go off and do by yourself if you're like, I just want to get my feet wet. And if you want to like dive deep and in 3 months be like a super blessed little version of yourself, then you can go on that journey with me. And I totally invite you on board. And this is a Love and Light show. We're every Monday usually, but we're doing a special Wednesday episode. And we have a couple other Wednesday episodes planned this month too, because I have so many awesome people in my reality that I want to keep bringing their awesome light messages to you. So typically Monday at 1 Atlantic, 12 Eastern, 9 Pacific, we go live right here on my Facebook page to showcase different light workers and healers and badass heart-centered entrepreneurs to support you guys on your journey. So you guys can get different tips and tricks and healing modalities and experiences right now, so that you guys can get whatever you need for that best next step on your healing journey, and that you guys can be that change you want to see in the world, in your own life, in your friends and family group, in your community, so we can all shine our light a little bit brighter and be that change that we want to see in the world. And I'm super excited for everyone popping on live. We have 4 people on live, but we're on the Be Live platform, so we can't just see your name as you pop on live. You have to say hi for us to know that you're here, and definitely say hi if you're catching the replay. So right now we have Bill on live with us. Hi, Laura. Love your vids. Thank you so much, Bill. I hope everyone's having a really awesome day. We have a snowstorm here in St. John, so I think that there might be some more of my typical people who might be at work normally, who the buses are canceled and it's like not looking great out there. So I hope everyone's staying safe and warm. And thank you so much for joining us today, Tatiana. I'm so excited to have you on.
Me too. And I need to just speak to what you said about what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And I know that we've had this conversation before, but it is such an important topic. I'm going through not exactly like I think my vagina is not broken. However,
I was an extreme case, which is why I dug super deep into it.
Which is awesome because, you know, I see it all the time. So I'm currently pregnant with my third. And, you know, I
Oh no, you froze on me. Is she frozen on your side, guys? Sometimes that happens and just one of us can't see. Oh, you're back. Yay. Can you see me? I can see her again, but I'm kind of thinking she can't see me. We can say hi to Natasha. She popped on live with us. Okay, so she can't see me. Can you guys see or hear both of us? Do you want to let us know? Here, maybe I'll pop off and come right back. Can you see me now? I can see me on the video. Yay! I can see you. Oh, but no, we can't hear you. That's not fun. Do you maybe want to pop out and come in? So just exit that link and then come back in. We'll figure this out, guys. And Maria says, hey, hope you're having an awesome morning. And Natasha, I can only hear you, Laura. Okay. And then Christy, I can hear Laura and see you both, but can't hear Tatiana. Okay. Well, she's looking like she's coming in now. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yay, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So as I was saying, like,
you weren't extreme.
Yeah, no, but in whatever, like we need you and your experience, right? Mm-hmm. But like, you know, again, I'm having my third baby, like clearly something had to happen, but like after I had my second, or after I had my first, you know, I was like, what? I thought I was broken, like something was wrong with me. Like, why didn't I want to have sex with my husband, or, you know, whatever. And I see this so much from mothers. Yeah. And it's like everyone thinks it's like some like hormonal thing, which hormones have something to do with it. But like with everything, and you and I know this, it's so much deeper than that. So much deeper. Yes. I guess I'm giving you props for that, and that I need to get on to this masterclass myself. And also that like, I mean, that's basically it. Like, I need it, and I'll share it with my people too, because I literally, there was a post today in a mom group, and somebody was saying, I was like, yo, I have a girl for you.
Yay. Sounds good. Okay, awesome. And people were saying that they can hear both of us. Woo! Although I hear a teeny bit of an echo, but I can live with that. Tatiana and I were actually at the same UPW and didn't know it, which was really interesting because we met at the mastermind that we had at Lakefront Wealth Mastery, and then like on the beach. That was super fun. We were watching like the fire guy do all kinds of tricks. And then we were roommates today with Destiny. So I love her so much, and you guys need to be following her. She's an author now. So yay! Congratulations again on that. She's a coach, and she loves helping women become more confident and empowered and truly get whatever they're desiring in their life. So I'm so excited to have you share your message today, and for all the wonderful work that you're doing in the world.
Thanks, lady.
You're welcome. So how do you help your ladies get more confident?
So I know we're going to be talking about this later, but I feel like this idea of confidence was always like or getting an outfit or makeup or all of this stuff. And I quickly realized that, you'll be confident for like a minute, but we need to work on the deeper stuff, like I was just saying. And just really, for me, it was learning to own who I was, because for a really long time, I didn't even know who the hell that was. And again, a lot of work with like Tony Robbins and I've worked with so many coaches. Like I will always have a coach. Always. Always. I will be on my deathbed messaging with a coach. I just always will, because I know the power of that. But, something that I realized was that I had allowed society to come in, right? We all do. I've been conditioned. I have been conditioned. My mind was taken over by, and for some, like completely unintentionally, our parents come in and start saying things, and the media, TV. It's so funny because if I watch TV now and I'm like, I can catch everything. And I'm like, well, no wonder I felt like that. No wonder I did this. No wonder I did that. The magazines when I'm at the grocery store, and, just becoming super aware of all of this stuff. And it was huge for me. Right. So when I actually started my business, that was like a pivotal point for me, because I had to dive into personal development. And that's when I started really learning about who I actually was, and that I needed to show up as me, like the true me, saying what I actually thought and all of this stuff. And it's an ongoing journey, right? Which does, of course, include taking care of our bodies.
Yes.
I mean, there's no way that you can truly be who you are and really grow if you feel like shit in your own skin. And I don't mean like, oh, because I need to lose 10 pounds, like not that crap. I'm talking about like your body is functioning at optimal levels because you're taking care of it, and you know that you are. That's even more important, right? Like I'm drinking a green smoothie right now, like knowing all of the Udo's oil, knowing all the badass stuff that's in there, like that just impacts me. Stuff like that gives me confidence, right? So anyway, but the main thing is like really owning who you are. That's a big thing that I'm saying right now, is just like really owning who you are and what you want, and just freaking owning that. Because that's another thing, is that I was so afraid to really say what I truly wanted, because I was like, what is so-and-so gonna think of me? What is that gonna think of me? Da da da. And I wouldn't make decisions because that was always, on my head, in my brain, right? So just really getting to that point. And I need to say that this doesn't happen overnight. And it will never end, you guys. That's one of my biggest secrets. Like, it's never going to end. You're going to consistently be learning and growing. And it's such an awesome thing. And when you could see it as that, like, I'm excited to wake up every day, even though I know that, yes, there might be a struggle. Something might come up. I'm like, I'm going to learn and grow from that. And I'm going to gain confidence from that. So,
yes. So true. I love that. And it's so true. You just keep deepening it, or going like layer by layer by layer of all this stuff. It's so interesting, because so many women are like, yeah, I want a fish line, especially like us overachievers. We're like, we're going to get to some endpoint, right? Like we're going to get like our gold star.
Yeah.
It's like, no, like you can get super confident in your body, or loving yourself, for your business, or like sharing your truth or your message right now. Like I was friggin' unleashed after a date with Destiny, and I'm like, I need to like share this message with women, and I don't give a fuck who doesn't like it. I'm here for the soul sisters who do. Like
for real.
So yeah, it's so important.
Yeah. And I mean, I've just made a kind of a big decision that took me way too long to make. I mean, I know everything had to happen for me, right? Like I know that, but a part of me is like, mother effer. Like if I would have, I wasn't owning it. I wasn't owning who I was, and I wasn't owning my capabilities. And then again, insert the work that I've done, going to Life and Wealth Mastery. That was huge for me. Going to Date with Destiny. That was huge for me. Writing my book, changed everything, because I really realized I realized what I was capable of doing, and it just like blew my mind. It's very interesting what happens. And I want to say this, like, I'm bringing up my book as an example because I had to overcome so much to write it. I mean, like life happening, but my limiting beliefs, like who am I to write? And I can guarantee there's so many women on here that are going to feel me on this. Who am I to write this? I'm not an author. I freaking failed English class in college. Like, I'm sure people looked at me like, you could never, I'm not like perfect at grammar, and like, I don't speak this way. My book is very Tatiana Amico. It's exactly how if we're having a conversation, like it's just like that, you know. That's what I wanted for people. I don't want it to be some boring, you know, shit. I needed to be, I did have a coach for that. I needed to be reminded of all of this stuff to just move forward, to work through that fear and just freaking do it. And that gave me so much confidence. So working through fears, working through them, like noticing them and being like, I don't care, because I have this vision, I have this outcome that I need to get to. Like, it's a must for me.
Yes.
And I'm going to do it anyway. So that was a huge thing for me.
Awesome. I love that. And Natasha is super resonating. Oh my gosh. Yes. And she's like, I hear you. Exactly what I needed to hear. I love that that's resonating with you. And that's super resonating to me too, because in January I started like channeling a book, because I was just like, there's so much stuff that I wanted to teach women, because I've been on this journey myself for a decade now, and I'm like, there's so many things I need to teach. And I just opened up a Word document and wrote for like an hour and a half, about like 2,500 words. And I'm like, this is so fun and so easy. And I'm like, all the stories are in. People are like, it's so hard to be an author. And like all that stuff started sinking in right after I did that. And I'm like, I'm an author. I have a message out here in the world. It's going to serve so many women. Like, and it's working on that at a deeper level now with a new title in your name, kind of those things.
Yeah. And I love that. Like, just saying I am an author before you are an author, but also that something, I did just have something come up, like a Facebook memory. Those are the best, because you realize how far you've come.
I know. I love reflecting on those.
Yeah.
Like, yes, that was awesome.
Sometimes I'm like, ooh, like what? But then I'm like, oh, I've come so far. This is awesome. But I did have one that said, like, don't allow other people's limiting beliefs or their stories limit you. So that's another thing, ladies. Like, I'm so big. I was actually telling my husband this morning, it was so random, but when I'm in this, like right now, I'm so ready to just freaking soar. Like, I'm stepping up hardcore right now. I cannot allow other people's bullshit to get in my head. Their own like BS, like limitations. I'm doing a lot of money mindset work. So I was on Instagram and someone wrote something about budgeting, and I was like, peace out, like unfollow. I can't follow you because, you know, or like they use the word cheap or something. And I was like, I can't even see that. Like, I need abundance and like all of that stuff. So just being really cognizant of that. I'm very, very aware of who I'm hanging with. And then also what's going on in my social media feed. I've gotten very good at just being okay with unfollowing, because I need that, because I need the ones that are saying like, you know, that are doing it and saying go for it and showing what is possible. So that's important. And with your confidence too, because that'll seep into your brain like
subconsciously so quick.
Oh my gosh, so quick. It's
Yeah, it's crazy, because so many people will tell you their limiting beliefs, and then other people will own it themselves, instead of being like, thanks, that's your story, not mine. I know what's on my heart and what I'm here to do, and I'm here to just keep following my next baby step, one step at a time, and I'm going to get there for fucking sure.
And knowing that you will, no matter what. And something that I'm learning a lot lately is I'm not really worried about the how it's going to happen. Just really knowing that it's going to happen.
Yes.
I mean, having strategy and stuff is definitely important, but belief is number one, right? And just really deciding. I say that. I was just interviewed on a podcast yesterday, and I think I said decide like 35,000 times.
Well, it's true. The universe shows up in a completely different energy when you're like, I have fucking decided to do this. Like, I've had that memory of 3 years ago, I was leaving my safe corporate high paying job. And I started saying with my like Tony Robbins coach, I'm a full-time happiness coach and healer. That was what I was going to call myself back then. I'm like, I'm a full-time happiness coach and healer making this much money. Like, I was saying it all the time, consistently. I wasn't saying it to the people out loud who in my life wouldn't really feel like that's the same thing to do. Like the people in corporate who were like, you're thinking of leaving? What the fuck? Like, I wasn't going to just share my dreams with them. So it's so important for anyone who's watching, if you have that dream, like make sure that you're surrounding yourself with really awesome people who will believe in it. Otherwise, don't fucking talk about it to those people. Otherwise, your negative beliefs will get in your head and then you'll have to do more work. Oh, that's
your confidence will lower.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I have someone, when I reach out, when I told the people that I hang with that I was deciding to, you know, write a book or start pursuing something else in my business, they were like, this is you are made for this, like that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, we want to be able to validate ourselves or whatever, but having the right people around you really noticing that in you is so powerful, powerful too. So yeah,
100%. So how do you help your ladies feel more empowered so they know that they can get what they want?
So I work a lot on helping women really see what is possible for their lives, like helping them catch the bullshit that they're telling themselves and figuring out. So we have been conditioned from, and I have 2 little kids, right? I have a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. And again, I'm having a 3rd soon. Holy crap. And and I am so aware. I'm so grateful of the work that I've done on myself and everything that I've learned, because I'm so aware now with them. Like, I don't want to put my shit on them, and I'm not allowing other people to put their shit on them because I don't want them to have to go through like this deconditioning, right? That I've had to do. Sure, there will be a little bit, whatever, but at least they're going to have the awareness and the empowerment to be like block it, right? So really learning what is, you know, helping women see what is blocking them, because what I get a lot of the times is this like idea of like, I need motivation, or I'm stuck, or I can't do this, I can't do that. And it's like, you can though. And you don't need outside motivation. What you need to do is figure out what's going on internally. You need to figure out what's blocking you, maybe what beliefs have been passed down, you know, like all of this stuff that you really have to get to the bottom of to figure out. And, you know, again, I was saying like, I need a coach because I can tell people this stuff all the time, but then as you start, it's like, I call them like levels, right? You're reaching new levels, new standards or whatever. And you get there and you're like, oh, you reach this. And you know, you need that guidance from someone to pull that out of you. And I mean, that's a lot of what I do with my people, which is, yeah. But it's really, again, figuring out what the heck really is holding you back. And then working through that, because the awareness part is huge. Most people, I've been telling my friend, because I was talking to her and she was like coming out and saying all this stuff. I'm like, girl, you got to give yourself props, because you are like the 0.1% that actually is aware of what is so many people are walking around like like zero awareness and wondering why they're miserable and stuck and not moving forward in their life. It's like, because you don't even know what the fuck is going on in your, you know, or allowing this to continue. I had to decide I'm not allowing this anymore.
Yes.
You know, I'm not allowing this anymore. I deserve better than this. And going for it.
Yes. And I love that you're working with moms in particular, because whenever I have women who come to me who are moms, they have so much mom guilt. And they're like, this is so selfish. And I'm like, it's the most loving thing you can do, because you're going to be a better version of you. You're going to be a better role model and leader for your kids. Like, it's fucking priceless that my daughter's not going to be codependent, that my daughter's not going to see abuse in my relationship with my husband. Like, it's fucking priceless that I'm going to give her that gift that I didn't have growing up. And so many women are like, oh, I don't want to like heal these things and it's fine. People, especially children, feel that energy. They can tell if you're acting different and putting on a big smile and really all this bad stuff happening. They can like kind of tell what's happening, but it just doesn't make sense to them and click what the fuck's wrong. And then they have all that gene conditioning, like you were saying, and it's like unnecessary. Can you imagine a world where people don't have to spend all these years and all these hours and all this money and time like deconditioning the bullshit that society said? Like, we could have such a better world. So it's so important to move forward on whatever you're feeling called towards doing.
Yeah, I mean, again, I was just talking to a mom yesterday and she was saying, like, I don't know who the hell I am. I know I'm this great mom, but I don't know who I am as a woman. And I'm like, that breaks my heart. I decided I decided I would not be that before I had kids. So, like, I made that decision because I had seen it in others. Remember at Date with Destiny when Tony Robbins was talking about be a warning or be an example? I saw a fuck ton of warnings. And I was like, that is not going to be me. And I'm going to show what is possible. And I have. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I'm going to tell you right now, I don't feel guilt when I take care of myself. I don't feel guilt when I go to 7-day events in Florida, working on myself, right? And like my kids are here with my husband because I know what is going to happen when I get back, right? I know what happens when I'm taking care of myself, because when let's be honest, something can trigger us, we take it out on other people. And I still catch myself doing that with my children. Again, I'm not perfect. I'm a human being. It's going to happen. But at least I can catch myself now and do something about it. Where again, most people are like, why are my kids like this and that? And I'm like, yo, you got to check yourself too. So, and, being open to that is huge. Not getting defensive when you're hearing, oh, it might be me. Right. That was me. I used to get so defensive when someone would call me out. Now I'm like, yo, tell me everything. Tell me everything so I can work on it.
Let me know.
I'm like, so I can work on it and grow as a person. And when I'm growing and when I'm happy, it creates this ripple effect in this world. That's my ultimate vision, right? So when we're talking about, I get asked all the time, like, how do you keep going? It's because I have this vision. Like, I want a better world for my kids. And it's like everyone's looking for this outside, like with, I don't want to talk about politics, but it's like, depending on others, like, oh, I'm good, we're going to vote for this person, everything's going to change. No, it's fucking not. Like, we all need to change ourselves. And then that's going to create what we're needing to create, which I know this is all happening now. Like, I know this is all happening. So I'm excited for what's to come with that, but just owning that and knowing that, like, each of us has a responsibility to take care of ourselves, to do this work, So I'm going off on this like random tangent.
No, I love it. And I 100% go off on like positive ripple effects of change, because I can see it from my life over the several years I've been doing it. And like, I thought it was super selfish at the beginning, and I had a caretaker role in my head, and I was like my family savior, and who the fuck was I to like start taking time away from them and issues and fires and emergencies to go fucking work on myself to try to be happier? Who was I to try to be a little bit happier? It's like, well, I was burning out, and that was going to be real bad. So when they saw it was going to get real bad, it was like, okay, I can get that space. And now I've had people who I don't even know are watching me be like, so what did you do when you quit your job? What book were you reading? Who were you listening again? What's this Reiki thing? Like they ask such interesting questions, and I'm like, okay, now you're ready for it. And so many ripple effects have happened that I can see, and there's so many more that are happening that you can't ever see. And it's so interesting and so amazing.
Yeah. And we have to remember that, because sometimes I'm like, nobody's liking my post. Then I'll get like a random message like, oh my God, I've been following you and you, and I'm like, oh, why did you follow me? But I secretly am like, no, tell me.
Yeah. We don't fight, guys. We love it when you engage with us. We love connecting with the people that we're here to
Compliment me. Tell me I'm amazing.
You're amazing, and I love you.
Thank you. I love you too. Words of affirmation.
Awesome. So we'll get into that awesome visualization exercise, because for the people who are like sitting at home and wondering, how can I get to how awesome these ladies are, or like even more awesome, then you should really take some time to get really clear on who that next version of themselves are. So I would love for everyone who's watching to just give yourself this gift of a couple minutes, visualize this highest and best version that you're becoming.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and be like, right. But I do want everyone, all of you women and men, I'm so used to talking to the ladies.
I know. No, some men will watch this, so we're being inclusive, guys. We do love you.
We love
Our brothers are important on this journey too.
100%. Mm-hmm. But, you know, really taking a moment right now, but after this, and deciding right now that you're going to do this, like, don't just say, oh, I'll get to it, because we know what happens, because you deserve this. Remember that.
Yes.
Deciding the woman that you want to be, FYI, she's inside of you. She just needs to come out, because the masks need to come off. Mm-hmm. Thinking about, how does she act? What does she do? Like, what is she doing on a daily basis? Mm-hmm. How is she speaking out loud? What are the words that she is using? Words are so important. Like, I just put this on my Instagram stories yesterday, like, shit, now I don't remember exactly. Oh, words influence our thoughts, which influences our actions, which influence our reality, right? So words are huge. I made kind of a joke about people saying the word cheap, and I'm like, I won't ever use that word. I was tagged in a post yesterday looking for economical restaurants. I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, I just can't, right? So, but that's huge. And like, you wouldn't normally realize that, but I won't use words like that. So getting, you know, again, what language is she using? How is she speaking to herself, right? What is she thinking when she wakes up in the morning? What is she doing when she wakes up in the morning? How is her day going? So really, really, really getting clear on that, and in all aspects, right? Because we're talking about our health, like our physical health, and then also our mental health too. So for me, I was doing this before I even knew it was a thing. It was like blowing my mind. Like, I always knew that I wanted to be this like really confident, empowered, badass woman. Like, I could see her when I was sitting in my cubicle, like hating life.
Yep.
I remember just picturing her, again, this just badass, confident woman. And then the voices would come in. It sounds like I'm like, no, that's not what I mean.
You don't know voice, the negative one.
Yeah, I'm like, I have all these voices I hear.
It's a normal thing. I hear voices. It's like the confident, awesome cheerleading voice versus the like,
that'll never be you. Yeah, that'll never be you. And the self-doubt and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I allowed that to hold me back until one day I said, right? So then I had to get really clear on, what does this confident, empowered, badass woman do? She drinks green smoothies, right? She takes really good care of her body. She exercises. She listens to empowering people.
Yeah.
Right. I'm constantly, I always have empowering things in my head. This morning I was listening to some stuff on manifestation and all of that. So I'm always doing that. You know, she does not allow the fear and the self-doubt to take over. She knows how to work through that. And she has a freaking smile on her face. Like, things like that really start thinking about. So, I mean, that's really what you need to do. So be writing down, again, words that you're using, very important. That's a new thing that I'm saying, because this is all a part of your identity. So we're actually kind of creating like a new identity for you. And then you're going to step into that identity. your actions. What are you doing? Oh, also, like, how do you react to things? That's how now, because I know that the woman that I am does not allow like triggers to affect her for, I mean, they do for like a second, right? And they used to for longer than that, affect me for a really long time. And now I'm able to work through that because I remember who Tatiana fucking Amico is, right? Versus Tati, like it's Tatiana fucking Amico. So, and then even with my kids, I have to bring that up because, man, they can test you. And I'm like, I don't want to be screaming. And like my husband and I were just talking about like the energy that takes. I don't want that, right? So, and then when it's happening in the moment, because it does, I have to remember who I am.
Yes.
And you become her right away. You don't wait. You're not like, oh, I'll start on Monday.
Right.
Becoming her. No, you become her now. You've written this all out. Become her now. Don't wait. That's the biggest thing I have to say. Cause like I used to just wait and wait and wait. And if I would have done this would have been so powerful for me. It would have been so powerful for me. Oh, also, who are you hanging out with?
Yeah.
We've talked about that, but add that into your thing. So I also would envision this again before I knew what envision like any of this is like I just knew that I would have these other confident badass women in my life, that's who I would be surrounded by. And now that's who I'm surrounded by.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I called them in. I put it out there and I called them in, and I'm surrounded by that. And I'm excited for even more, you know, even more women to be coming into my life. Like, and even with you, and remember that sometimes you can't just like wait for it to happen, right? Like it's not just magically going to happen. Like with you, I was standing next to you at that fire thing and I said something.
Yeah.
I had to speak.
Inspired action.
Inspired action. Yeah, exactly. So if you feel something in you, and that was another thing for me, I would always use this excuse of like I was shy, or I would say I was introverted. I'm like, I am not an introvert. Like I'm not. Maybe there's a little bit of it there, but I would say that I was shy. Like that was my excuse for not talking to people. And I decided I'm not shy, and I want to walk into a room and just radiate so much confidence that people are like, just, you know, that woman, right?
Yeah.
Like she walks into a room and you're like, and it's not because she's this like, I mean, you know, this like sexy, whatever. But she's like a freaking goddess because of the confidence that she's radiating. And I was like, I want that. So now I remember that. And yeah.
I'm like, imagine being in a world where every woman is radiating like that. Like how much power we fucking have to create magic in the world. Like you're literally creating life. Women are so fucking powerful.
We are so powerful. And I'm sure that scares us. Oh, we could get into a whole thing about this and how we've been like basically literally like burned at the stake for being so powerful. Okay. Like that shit has stayed with us.
Needs to shift.
Yeah, it is.
There can be equality.
It is, but we women need to start doing this stuff. Right? We need to be doing this work that we've been talking about for 44 minutes. Seriously, because that is, if we don't, nothing is going to change. That's why I say, like, it's in each and every one of us that we need to do this, right? So start working on this now.
Yes, 100%. So for the women who aren't in your reality right now, how can they connect with you after the show?
So the best places are on Facebook or Instagram.
Awesome.
You can just look at Tatiana Amico. I did write a book, and it is, it's called Contribute, and it's for, you know, my intent was to really help moms that realize that they are made for more.
Yes.
And fucking go after it.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a mom to read it. You will still gain massive insight, right? But it's called Contribute. Right now I'm just giving it away for free. I mean, it is on Amazon, but you can just get it for free at TatianaAmico.com/free book. You could just get it on there as a PDF. I made it short. I made it like short and impactful because I get it. Like I get that we, time, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, definitely check that out. And then, yeah, again, all my social media is I'm in transition right now with my business. So I do have a website, but it's not really what's happening right now.
Right. I get that. I feel like lots of periods like that where I'm like, I'm serving new things. And I'm so busy serving the new things that my website doesn't reflect it. You know what I'm doing.
Yeah. And yeah, honestly, it's social media is like, I put so much content out.
Yes.
That, just if you need that light in your life, that's where you'll find my light.
Yes, I love it. So do you want to put the links after the show just so they can quickly find you in your book?
Again.
I can hear her again still. Okay. It looks like you didn't froze. It looks like you're good again. Can you hear me?
I can hear her.
Yay! Awesome. And thank you so much for sharing your light and love with us and your message with us today. And thank you guys all for tuning in. If you're catching the replay, say hi and let us know how this message affected you. If you're catching the replay, we still want to engage with you. And I encourage you guys to continue to make the Love and Light show a habit in your life. And if that masterclass is calling your name, remember I'll put the link below as well so you guys can get access to all this awesomeness in your life. So I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Bye.